Ehi, Purpurea e Maiku sono disponibili anteprime degli episodi di tutte le serie in corso, anche di questa. Il link per accedervi qui sotto in descrizione. Sperando lo scambio sia equo, sappiate che questi abbonamenti supportano tutti i canali. A voi! Ragazzi, welcome back! Sono Michele, conosciuto un tempo come Mike of the Desert sul web. Le introduzioni energiche, quelle che ti fanno pensare che figata, non vedo l'ora di vedere quella cutscene, però in realtà non ho voglia di vedere quella cutscene, perché è la 14ª volta che la vedo anche in un periodo breve, dopo tutto della mia vita in cui Metal Gear è tornato abbastanza prioritario, quindi vorrei già anche giocare, fare, esplorare, sperimentare, fare 7 run. Ragazzi, io sono assolutamente pronto. E sono curioso di vedere se facendo continua il gioco si comporta bene e mi fa vedere l'opening, perché si comporta stranamente questo Delta in certe cose. L'autosave, per esempio, ho fatto bene a registrare nell'episodio scorso, meglio, nella fine di quello ancora precedente, la cutscene di arrivo a Rovodno, insomma l'area dove si trova Sokolov, perché la cutscene non viene calcolata nell'autosave e quindi l'avremmo persa avessi interrotto, no? Vediamo però, in teoria l'autosave qui non è presente, è un save manuale che ti porta a vedere Snake Eater. L'ha skippata! Ma scusa! Videogioco, software, Konami! Ma perdonami, mi fai... Vuoi salvare la partita? Sì. Chiudo il gioco. Mi fai perdere l'opening. Ma per fortuna che è una riscoperta, amici. E poi ce la guardiamo. Tanto in teoria dopo questa dovrebbe diventare il main theme del caricamento di gioco. Scusate, sono stordito perché è una cazzata. Si passa dal brodo di giuggiole al... Oh. Va bene, io sono pronto. Mi immergo. Perché questa cutscene è tra le più belle del gioco. Anche perché amo velivoli di questo tipo. Andiamo. Poi in modalità foto, mamma mia, peccato che non si può muovere la telecamera.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet, approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Bellissimo l'effetto
We can't
fantasma.
risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last
La
here.
pressione dell'aria.
We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a
And we'll both be 6 feet under.
favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson? Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard then. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borisovich Volgin.
Volgin, of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the Boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The Boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells.
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. But serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the Boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The Army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the Boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence?
Yes, preferably Something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week. And if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal, huh?
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
È un bel setup questo.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. We've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet.
Già. 30.000 piedi. Hai detto niente. Il mio record personale è essere stato 40.
Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3.
43.000.
Bearing south. I'm about to lose
Pive,
it.
ovviamente. Wow. Voglio Escombatotto. Sì. Voglio Escombatotto. Mannaggia. Forza. Grande. Grande. Bravo.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time.
Pronti.
Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss.
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request?
Dai.
What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my code name. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my code name, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
Oh, must have missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But
But I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure.
Certo.
In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
Che
it
coatto.
doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
From square zero. My frequency is 140.85. Oh, I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73.
Bene.
She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96.
Ci siamo.
And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr.
E
Sig.
lui sarà da scaricare
He's an
come
expert on
codec.
the latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate the research facility. If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in last week.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How'll I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, "Who are the Patriots?" and "Lali Lulelo."
Lali Lulelo. Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent, to the Khrushchev regime at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission. Snake, if you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war.
Bene.
Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
Che meraviglia, che Snake Eater, ragazzi. Eccoci, bella la notte, ovviamente. Allora, vorrei dare un'occhiata allo zaino. Noi abbiamo... Questa maschera, non è che ci spoilera la posizione. No, per fortuna no. Però... Ok, no, ok. L'importante è questo. Ma è bellissima comunque. Allora, qui ci prendiamo proprio tutto il tempo. Purtroppo, nel bene e nel male, si gioca, però si gioca con pazienza. Allora, no, comunque, al di là di tutto, ragazzi, cioè, io resisto, faccio il bravo, ma è talmente bello da vedere quello che vedo qui, che a una certa sta meraviglia verrà usata, Cioè, patti chiari, amicizia lunga. Sta roba è di una bellezza agghiacciante. Guarda che spettacolo. Ci sta. Qui voglio decisamente godermela. Anche perché, mamma mia. Allora. C'ho tomate. Non posso fare un passo. Non posso fare un passo, amici. Ecco qua, risolto il rumore. E va bene. Facciamo i bravi.
Paramedic.
Snake, it's so good to hear from you again.
Same here. It's been a week, hasn't it?
4 days, actually.
Huh?
I visited you in the hospital. You were still unconscious, though.
Then you must have seen me naked.
Yeah, but you were all wrapped up in bandages and tubes, so I couldn't do anything but look.
Better luck next time.
Let's hope so. But seriously, don't forget that you were like that until just yesterday. In fact, you really shouldn't even be on this mission. Keep an eye on your stamina gauge. If you start to run low, don't push yourself. Eat something to replenish your stamina. And try not to get yourself hurt. If you're wounded or get bitten by a venomous animal, go into the survival viewer immediately and treat yourself using Cure.
Yeah. I can see you still know how to nag.
You're welcome. And I can see you still don't know when to keep your mouth shut.
Maybe so. By the way, I heard you're going to lose your medical license if this mission fails.
Yes, there was talk of that, but the mission won't fail, will it?
Of course not.
Good. I believe in you. But you know what? I really don't care about my medical license.
Didn't they use that to force you to participate in this operation?
No, I volunteered.
Why?
So that I could watch over you. Snake, you're the best agent I've ever seen. But you push yourself too hard. You're reckless. Someone has to stop you from getting into trouble. To make sure you and the boss don't kill each other.
È la missione
So
però
that's why I volunteered.
è quella
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better guardian angel than me, right?
a senso unico.
Thanks.
Stop right there. You can thank me when you get back.
All right.
Chin up.
I'll be in touch.
Film.
Saving the game. Take care, Snake.
I will.
Lei è brava adesso. Ok, Zero.
Snake, your first task, the rendezvous point.
The abandoned factory.
Correct, but we can't.
I know.
Like the Virtuous mission, Operation Snake Eater is a solo sneaking mission. There are no units in the field to back you up.
Certo.
Avoid engaging the enemy whenever possible. Use the Unlike the Virtuous mission, this is a night operation. You'll get lost more easily in the dark, but it'll also make your camouflage more effective and make it harder for the enemy to see you. On the other hand, it will also be more difficult for you to see them. You'll also find that different animals are active. Some of these nocturnal animals are poisonous, so stay alert. Paramedic is with us again to provide information on the local plants and animals. Give her a call if there's anything. Operation Snake Eater is different from the Virtuous mission in that you won't be able to complete it in just a few hours. The time limit set by Khrushchev is 1 week. Within that time, you'll have to rescue Sokolov, defeat Volgin, destroy the Shagohod, and...
I know.
Good. In any event, you'll not be allowed to return until you've accomplished your objectives. Survival in the field will be critical in this mission, and the most important survival technique of all is, of course, finding food. You can get food in the same way you did during the Virtuous mission, by capturing it. The enemy presence in that area is still light. You should try and get as much food as possible while you can.
Una cosa che posso fare è tagliare le brevissime pause tra un dialogo e l'altro.
Thanks to last week's nuclear incident, the Soviet Union is now on secondary alert. We're one step away from a nuclear war.
DEFCON 2, huh?
In American parlance, yes. From what Western intelligence has been able to gather, the radical elements in the Soviet command are showing signs of impatience. They say we're on the brink of World War III, and with Khrushchev's position getting weaker every day, I worry whether he'll be able to hold them back.
1 week.
Yes, America must eliminate the boss by its own hand to prove its innocence. Everything rests on your shoulders. Failure is not an option.
I know. Major, what should I do with this wreck of a drone?
Just leave it there.
Are you sure?
Yes.
But isn't this thing top secret?
Yes, it is. After the U-2 spyplane incident
Ci pensa Skullface a fare il lavoro sporchissimo.
4 years ago, plans were laid out for future spy missions in Soviet airspace to be carried out by an unmanned craft. That craft was the D-21 spy drone, the basis of the one you came in on. The D-21 is launched from a craft called the M-21.
Eh già.
The M-21 itself is a derivative of the A-12, a supersonic long-range spy plane currently being developed as the successor to the U-2. However, for this mission, we used a modified YF-12A, a long-range interceptor version of the A-12. After being released from the mothership, the drone can achieve speeds upwards of Mach 3 at high altitude using its ramjet engine. It can't be shot down by ground-to-air missiles, and it's nearly undetectable by radar. With Selinoyarsk in such a high state of alert after our last escapade, this was the only reliable way to get you in.
This is all top secret military technology. Are you telling me I'm supposed to just leave it here?
That's right.
Why?
The purpose of Operation Snake Eater is to send an American agent into the field in order to eliminate a defector and traitor, namely the boss. Part of that mission involves making sure the Soviets find out what we're doing.
So we have to leave behind some kind of evidence that the US was involved.
Eh già.
Don't worry. The technologically sensitive components of the craft were rigged to self-destruct when it landed.
Adoro sti dettagli.
The only thing the Soviets are going to find is a pile of American-made scrap metal.
Got it. Just one thing, though.
What is it?
Perché Kojima ha smesso di far scrivere queste cose nei suoi world building?
I think they'd better redesign the landing impact buffer. People are gonna get hurt landing that thing.
I'll let them know.
Major, I appreciate you allowing me to use weapons, but shouldn't I be carrying some rubles?
You mean fake currency?
Right.
Snake, do you remember the Francis Gary Powers incident back in
No.
1960?
Powers was flying a U-2 on a spy mission for the CIA in Soviet airspace. He was shot down and taken prisoner.
His confession brought to light the fact that the CIA was spying in Soviet airspace. As a result, the US-Soviet summit scheduled for 2 weeks later was cancelled.
Yeah, I remember.
U-2 pilots are required to carry items that mask their identity.
Huh.
Powers was carrying ruble, mark, and lira coins, as well as French gold coins. He was also carrying 2 gold watches and 7 women's rings. All of these objects were meant to conceal his national origins. But for this mission, we've got to demonstrate to the Khrushchev regime that America is involved.
Certo.
There's no need to conceal your origins. And besides, all you need to do is complete your mission. As long as you're not captured or killed, the details will take care of themselves.
Okay.
Assolutamente. Mazza che belli.
The Soviet intelligence community must be up in arms about the boss's defection. The great Voyevoda has abandoned America and embraced the Soviet Union.
Voyevoda?
Apparently, that's what they call the boss behind the Iron Curtain. It means warrior or mighty soldier in Russian. When used to refer to a woman, it means something close to Lady Knight. In Russia, where they've had a number of female emperors throughout their history,
Wow.
it's a term of great respect. Well, poetic in a way. The boss's exploits have made her name famous in the East as well.
Major, why did the boss defect?
Quanta roba, ragazzi.
I don't know, but I will tell you this. America is all too eager to get rid of her.
What do you mean?
She knows too many of our secrets. If she were to relay all the top secret information she knows to the Soviet bloc, it would put us at a severe disadvantage. It might even lead to the downfall of the West. Even if we survive, the boss is still too much of a hero to us. With her in the Soviet camp, we'd suffer a fatal loss of morale at home. There are even whispers that some of the less stalwart elements of the military might follow their
Certo.
example and defect themselves. I assume you're aware that since your last mission, several key figures within the CIA have been placed under house arrest.
Yeah.
The loss of the boss has been a painful one indeed.
What about you?
Me? I still can't believe it. As a comrade, I would have placed my trust in her before my own family. But now that I think about it, the boss always seemed to have an aura of mystery about her. I never would have expected it to manifest in this way, though.
Oh.
Oh, well, it won't do to get all misty-eyed about it. She's an enemy now, worthy of nothing more than our contempt.
Understood.
Mamma mia.
Major, tell me a little bit more about the space race.
Lady Mercury.
In 1957, the Soviet Union succeeded in launching their first artificial satellite, Sputnik, into orbit. Having been beaten to the chase by the Soviets, the US government accelerated its own space program in an effort to catch up. The following year, the space development programs of the various service branches were united to form the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA. That same year, the Mercury program was launched with the goal of putting a man into space. 7 candidates were chosen from the military as the first astronauts. These were the men with the right stuff. But as you know, it was a Soviet cosmonaut, Yuri Gagarin, who made the first successful manned spaceflight 3 years ago. NASA's first successful ballistic flight came 1 month after Gagarin's mission, with the Freedom 7 carrying Alan Shepard into space. After that, with America still lagging behind the Soviets in orbital flight, President Kennedy made a momentous decision: that America would put a man on the moon before the end of the decade.
Yeah, I heard that speech, but a lot of guys I knew weren't real happy about it. They said no one was going to make them go on a mission to blow up some damn moon base.
But rocket research and missile research are closely related. Imagine, if you will, a Soviet Union able to send wave after wave of nuclear missiles raining down on Washington from a base on the surface of the moon. Even if that's still a long way from reality, if we lose the initiative, we may never get it back. We're left with no choice but to keep moving forward one step at a time. The Gemini program, launched 2 years ago, represents the initial step towards establishing a moon base. And yet, I don't want to call President Kennedy a liar, but I simply can't imagine that in 6 years man will have reached the moon.
I don't know. I never even thought we'd make it up into space. I guess it all depends on whether you have the will to make it happen.
Perhaps you're right.
Bello.
Snake, let's go over the press the CQC, press use the, if you when you're from there by pressing the by you can if you the end you by you might you can such as assault right. In short, you can't use
Esatto, a 2 mani.
Snake, camouflage and face paint alone won't make you blend in completely. In addition to the camouflage itself, your physical position is a crucial dynamic you should keep in mind.
Basta, no?
Snake, in order to carry out the mission without being spotted, you must learn to detect an approaching enemy well ahead of time. Use the camera stick and constantly check your surroundings. After aiming your weapon, when you...
togliamo i tutorial, sì.
Snake, making it harder for the in other do everything.
Bravo, bravo.
Snake, this is there are no medics there.
I had a little bit of training, but I'm no doctor.
That's where I come in. To treat an injury, first healing is medicine and surgical
Vai.
as long be sure to
Questo posso risparmiarvelo, cioè alla fine qui non stiamo neanche cercando di fare un documentario di data mining dei dialoghi, voglio fare una serie, una RAM meravigliosamente completa, ma sono qui per voi e per noi. Vai, sì, spiegami. Certo.
Press and hold the crouch button while in a crawl.
Va bene.
Snake, the food you catch will gradually.
Va bene.
Animals won't go bad if you catch.
Certo.
You digest. You go into then rotate the.
Ti spiega la visuale.
Your sensors and other electronic devices cannot
batterie.
The battery when if you want it to also. Snake, I don't recommend running around. You need to determine move.
Va bene, adoro.
With an equipped weapon, move the movement stick to lock your line of. Use this for charges or retreats, or any other time. The degree to which you move the movement stick not only changes your walking speed, but changes your with its.
Quante sono?
Snake, if you step in any water or mud, your feet will
Incredibile.
If you walk like that, you'll leave footprints behind, and the enemy may follow them straight
comunque,
to you.
stiamo permettendoci di accelerare dopo,
However, when you don't want anybody equip food as a weapon. If you throw a live animal near an enemy, you may be able to distract him. If an enemy is really hungry, he may pounce at the prospect of food. You have minimal gear on this mission, and you press down on the camera stick when switching the camera in this way will adjust the balance between left and right in your field of vision.
Naturally, the area you are able to see.
Ma è un altro
you can use
doppiatore?
the same controls to switch the camera while use of this technique. Snake, let me explain the enemy's various states. First of all, there's the state in which, in normal, they won't present, but if they spot an alert phase, even after the evasion, after you've grabbed an enemy from this.
Ok, io per ora mi fermo. Paramedic!
Snake, unlike the Virtuous mission, this is a night operation. You'll be encountering nocturnal animals that you didn't encounter your last mission. Some of them are venomous, like the king cobra, so be careful. If you get bitten by a venomous animal, the poison will spread through your body and rapidly drain your life gauge. If that's the case, go into the cure screen in Survival Viewer immediately and inject yourself with serum. Got it? Snake, that's the home to the Ottenfrog. The Ottenfrog is a large, corpulent species of frog.
Bella.
They're known as a delicacy, so it might be worth catching them for food. The Ottenfrog was originally found only on Amami Oshima in Japan. Frogs usually have 4 toes on their front legs, but the Ottenfrog is unique in that it has 5.
Got it. By the way, you said they were known as a delicacy, right?
Right.
So that means they must taste pretty good, huh?
I guess. I hear that in Japan, Ottenfrog sashimi and sukiyaki are popular dishes.
Really?
Yeah.
Japan, huh? That place is starting to sound better and better.
Snake, that area is inhabited by the Japanese
Poverini,
flying
li mangeremo.
squirrel. Japanese flying squirrels are non-venomous, and they shouldn't attack you. The head, front legs, hind legs, and tail of the Japanese flying squirrel are connected by a membrane of skin, which allows the squirrel to glide from tree to tree. It says here that if it catches a good wind, it can fly more than 100 yards.
Sounds like it's gonna be...
So, aren't you going to ask me?
You know it. How does it taste?
Not sure.
Not sure?
The guy doesn't say.
Why not?
Gee, maybe it's because no one would ever think of eating a flying squirrel.
Then I must be the first one.
Maybe you are.
Arrabbiatissima.
When you're bitten by a venomous animal such as a snake or a spider, or hit by a poisoned arrow, the poison will start to affect your body. Your life will decrease with each passing minute, so cure the poison as soon as possible. To cure poison, go into Cure in the Survival Viewer and inject yourself with a dose of serum. You can get serum from enemies. Either hold them up or shake their bodies down after you defeat them. I'm pretty sure you can also get serum by capturing the rabbits that live in that area. There should be a mushroom called the Bicol scalytooth growing in that area. The Bicol scalytooth mushroom is used as an antidote to poison. It usually grows on the trunks of trees, so look for it there.
How does it...
I think you're going to be disappointed.
Damn.
Oh,
Damn.
quit your whining. You know what they say, good medicine tastes bitter. When you get shot, you'll sometimes suffer a gunshot wound.
Che sarebbe da
The chance of
tenere
suffering a serious injury is especially high at close range.
autonomamente in cura
Gunshot
naturale.
wounds will heal, but if you want it to heal faster,
Vedi.
go into Cure in the Survival Viewer.
E
and
invece
treat it.
io vorrei
To
essere
treat a
colpito
gunshot
apposta.
wound, you need to dig out the bullet with your knife, disinfect the wound, and apply styptic. Then wrap it in a bandage. When all that's finished, the gunshot...
Io ho un problema perché odio l'allerta, ma esattamente come a Rovinodno, come si chiama quel posto, è importante anche per esplorare il gioco. E io dovrò farmi beccare e sparare addosso per avere vita in più, facendo cicatrizzare le ferite.
There should be an herb called Chinese plantain growing in that area. The Chinese plantain is an herb that resembles a plantain root. The leaves and seeds contain large amounts of aucubin, choline, and tannin. When you mash it up and apply it to a wound, it helps stop the flow of blood and eases the pain a bit. The Chinese plantain becomes a styptic when you pick it up. Snake, I think there's a plant called Slav horehound growing in that area. Slav horehound is an herb in the horehound family. It contains large amounts of diterpene, flavonoids, and alkaloids, which give it strong germicidal properties. If you find one, it should make a good disinfectant. Snake, unlike the you'll be...
Let's go! Bisogna fare i compiti per casa. Lui è il più bisfrattato tra i coded caller. Ha un botto da dire. Dobbiamo dargli spazio nella riscoperta.
Yo! You're Snake, aren't you?
And you're Sigint?
None other.
I heard that you're an expert on weapons, equipment, and cutting-edge
E farà
technology.
carriera.
Close. I am the expert on weapons, equipment, and cutting-edge technology. I'm the guy
cringe.
that designed your trank gun, active sonar, and motion detector.
Ha vinto, ha
You
ragione.
want to know anything about weapons or equipment you... Sounds like the Cobra unit's members' names came from the specific emotions they each carry into battle.
Emotions?
Yeah. For unbearable torment, the pain. For true oblivion, the end. For infinite rage, the fury. For absolute terror, the fear. And for unsurpassed bliss, the joy.
The joy?
It's another name for the boss, because of the joy she feels in battle, I suppose. During the war, she had a partner named the Sorrow. Sorrow and joy. They say there couldn't have been a more perfect pair.
Wow.
The Davy Crockett's that the boss took with her when she defected are mortars that fire nuclear warheads.
Mamma mia.
They're named after Davy Crockett, the hero who died defending the Alamo in the Texan War of Independence.
Remember the Alamo.
That's right. The warheads are equivalent to between 10 and 20 tons of TNT. Every building within 150 yards of the hypocenter is completely obliterated. But the warheads the boss had with her were some kind of experimental super bomb, so they're actually even more powerful than that. I don't even want to think about what happened if she used it again. Snake, you know what you have to do.
Yeah.
Hey, you've got an M1911A1.
Yeah. A 45. 50 years since the Army adopted the first model, and they're still
Questo non
using
l'hanno
it. It's a
upscalato.
real gem of an automatic pistol.
But aren't you gonna
Guardate!
need more than just one little
Sono
handgun?
le immagini di
Not at
Snake
all.
Eater base.
When you're in a tight spot or fighting in close
Ah,
quarters, sometimes a
beccato.
handgun works better than a rifle. And if I equip a knife at the same time, I can instantaneously switch over to hand-to-hand combat.
I see. You mean you're not wearing any face paint?
Nah.
You can take off your face paint by selecting no paint from face. Just select no paint, but your camo index is unless you want the enemy. I heard you fought against KGB troops in the Virtuous mission, but this time you're up against Spetsnaz. Spetsnaz is the Special Forces unit of GRU, the intelligence wing of the Soviet Defense Ministry's General Staff Office. Spetsnaz troops undergo rigorous training in all types of special ops, from assassination and demolition to intelligence gathering.
Yeah.
That and Volgan's loaded, man. His unit is one of the best equipped in the entire Soviet Union, if not the best. I heard the enemies you encountered in the Virtuous mission were only carrying weapons like AKs and grenades. Well, it ain't that simple anymore. In addition to AKs, some of the patrols you'll encounter might be equipped with Scorpion submachine guns and shotguns. The Scorpion is even lighter than the AK, making it much easier to handle. Basically, a guy with a Scorpion is not gonna miss you as often as with an AK. The shotgun is a powerful weapon. One blast is enough to floor you and you're likely to be seriously wounded.
Ce l'ho.
Watch for that, man.
M37.
Keep in mind that every weapon, the heavier you can...
Bravo.
Leaf pattern is a forest camouflage created to provide cover in woodland areas. Now that our involvement in Vietnam looks set to expand, they're thinking about adopting it for official use. It'll help you blend in, especially well when you're hiding in the bushes. Squares is a mountain camo that's basically a bunch of square patterns. It might look
Qui non
conspicuous
devo
at first
metterla.
glance, but
Bene.
it actually blurs the contours of the person wearing it and makes them more difficult to pick out. It should give you a low profile against reddish backgrounds like bricks and rust. Pattern clothing, face paint, tactical movements. These are the elements of camouflage that will allow you to deceive your enemy. To camouflage your, then you're on a solo sneak. That's where the survival viewer can use camo fusion. You got. In addition to AKs, some of the patrols you'll encounter might be equipped with the Scorpion is even one black.
Va bene. È il momento però di fare i veri bravi. Ed è, se significa vedere se per caso, se faccio questo e chiamo Sigint.
Haha, so you're wearing the black camouflage.
Yeah.
The black uniform isn't really camouflage. It was intended to have a psychological shock effect on enemies in hostage rescue operations and stuff like that. But it should also make you pretty hard to see if you wear it in a dark environment. And it might also work on black, earthy surfaces like you'd find in swamps. Wearing black face paint, huh? Painting your face with black paint should give you a high rate of camouflage. Pattern clothing, face paint. These are the elements to camouflage. Then make
Bene. Vai, Sigint, parlami.
Looks like you've got the squares as a mountain camo that's basically a bunch of square patterns. It might look conspicuous at first, but it actually blurs the contours of the person wearing it and makes them more difficult to pick. It should give you a low profile. Looks like you're using splitter face paint. Splitter is an indoor face paint. Painting your face with splitter should help you blend in better.
Vabbè, ma alla fine non sono... ok, ok, di queste posso farne a meno. Perché non sono poi così fichi, eh? È bellissimo. Allora. Oh. Il mio thermal goggle. Anfame. Strunz. Ok. Tanto qua il gameplay è praticamente nullo. Eccolo! Poverino però. Poverino però. Uccisi così. E bisogna mangiare. Gnam 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 gnam. Ecco qua. Paramedic? Ho preso lo scoiattolo.
You should be able to find if you find one, you can.
How can
The roots of the
Ha aggiunto
are
una...
extremely sticky. You can use them as a kind of plaster cast to fast.
Va bene, io mangio, cioè. Chi sono io qua per non dire gnam gnam gnam? Ma guarda quanto è brutto!
What is this?
Abbastanza saporito. Ce lo teniamo. Le piante... bisogna capirle un po', eh. Non è che mi metto a lanciare granate adesso qua in giro. Però potrei... Oh, ma salve! Ah, vedi? Ah, però vedete, quelle piante si equivalgono... Ah, le cose colorate. Ma certo. Medicina raffreddore. Che meraviglia, ragazzi. È senza senso. Veramente, cioè... Chi ti aspetti gameplay? Questa parte è praticamente un fake. Incredibile questo Metal Gear Solid. Guarda, anti-sgamo. Madonna mia, guardalo, bello. Allora, ho sentito un cavallo, Major Zero.
You just heard a horse?
Yeah.
You sure it wasn't something else?
I know a horse when I hear one.
Paramedic, are there any wild horses in Selino-Yask?
Do you really expect me to say yes?
No.
So what should I do?
There's only one way through that area. All you can do is move forward. Head towards the sound of the... Snake, your first time...
You can capture animals with throwing and
È pieno, cioè, sta roba è surreale. Ecco qua.
I see you caught yourself a green tree python. The green tree python isn't venomous, so no
Poverino.
need to worry. It's fairly docile too, so I don't think it's likely to attack you. The green tree python originally comes from Australia and New Zealand.
Tesoro.
It's a really pretty green color, and it lives... Oh my god.
What's wrong?
Snake, what did I just say?
They come from Australia and New Zealand.
No, after that.
They're a really pretty green color.
I thought so. What was I thinking?
Sono
Seeing a snake
bellissimi!
and calling it pretty?
What's wrong with that?
Everything. When a normal woman sees a snake, she's supposed to scream or get sick or something like that.
And you think you're normal?
What was that?
Nothing.
Oh,
Jeez, I'm sorry. But enough of that.
what do you mean enough of that? This is serious.
No, I just wanted you to tell me how it tastes.
How should I know?
Ugh.
It was awfully pretty, though.
Lo scopriamo subito. Oh, eccolo. Bellissimo.
What can I say?
Eccoci qua. E qui, mamma mia, che bello con la luce della luna. Ha una sella, già.
Looks like death wasn't ready for you yet.
Sono curioso di vedere com'è fatta la sneaking suit
That arm still hurt?
riflettente.
What are you doing here?
Meraviglioso.
Go home.
Perfetta.
Go home. Gru and my sons are waiting up ahead. You don't have a prayer of finishing your mission. You're not even armed.
Boss!
Dunque,
I'm not your boss anymore.
che impatto che ha.
There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss. There's no need to prove that you are virtuous here. This isn't America.
Bellissimo.
That should stir things up a bit. You'd better hurry. The border is 60 miles south of here. You ought to be able to run that far.
Why'd you defect?
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose. What about you, Jack? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings? You don't know the truth yet. But sooner or later you'll have to choose. I don't expect you to forgive me. But you can't defeat me either. You know me too well. Just look at that bandana. If you can't put the past behind you, you won't survive long. If we meet again, I'll kill you. Now, go home.
This is Snake. Major Zero.
I read you, Snake.
I was ambushed by the boss.
You were what?
The drone's been shot to hell. It's up in flames.
That's not good. Enemy scouts are going to come looking for you.
Yeah, I know. But what was the boss doing here in the first place? There's got to be a leak somewhere.
No, that's impossible. The man the boss is working with, Volgin, isn't exactly on speaking terms with Khrushchev.
I lost my gun. The boss destroyed it.
Snake, I know how you're feeling. It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians. That she'd double-cross us like this. But that's how it is, and if you don't accept it, you'll never be able to beat her.
That's not the problem. In terms of sheer technique, I'll never be able to beat her. I know that all too well.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
Enemy? We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy?
Enough. Hurry to the factory where Adam is waiting. Scouts have probably already been sent out to investigate the explosion. You've lost your weapon, right? That means you've got no chance of winning in a battle situation. Whatever you do, don't let them see you.
Oh, quanto ci divertiremo. A proposito di divertirci, non penserete mica che aspetteremo i soldati. It's time to run. È respawnato anche il serpentino. Ah no, aspetta, ho sbagliato lato, mi sa. Che di là devo salire. Mentre di qua... Oh, che diavolo è? Palude. Eccoci qua. Allora, noi qui abbiamo la mappa, che tra l'altro ci riporta indietro. Io farei un po' di esplorazione. Molta esplorazione. E infatti questo 100% sarà in pubblicazione un episodio doppio. Non preoccupatevi, il codec è importante e fa parte di tutto, ma anche la prosecuzione. Sarà una bella run. Assolutamente sì.
Snake, I'm behind you 100%.
Thanks.
Alla prossima.